Okay, he wants 2 pairs. It's Patrick Ward for part 2 of the podcast. Patrick Ward Feitt. Sorry, I'm so official.
Old Facebook name. That's messing with you.
It's like you get into the studio, you just get like, I'm a deer. I'm just fine.
It's the light.
It's the light. Someone like that light.
Gator was dancing just as much as that one.
He was. He loves Nelly, doesn't he?
Who doesn't?
Who
That's
doesn't?
a PQ karaoke original
Jameson's
right there.
brings back all the good memories. It's a classic.
Pat Quinn, shout out. Yeah,
Pat Quinn, shout out. So, Patrick Feitt, thank you ever so much for sticking around for round 2. We reimbursed you. You got yourself another lovely Miller High Life, champagne of beer.
delicious.
You're going to stick around and you're going to have a quiz with us. This is going to be some serious stuff. And like I said, you two, the listener, can play along.
Pulled an all-nighter.
Oh, do indeed.
Yeah.
We'll keep that towards the end of the podcast. Now, Patrick, we were speaking earlier, and we were talking about you and your refereeing career. Where do we touch base? Where do we leave off? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I went to take a piss and everything went away, man.
Yeah, that often happens. Paul Gator.
I think we were talking a little bit about assistant referees, touch judge, the difference in when you get ARs at a higher level.
Okay, I have a great question. But you had your hand up. No, you had your hand up.
First.
Yeah, you had your hand up.
So you went and you refereed the women's championship.
Yes.
I haven't really seen many women's games, and I've asked a lot of questions of how they're different. Is it different from a reffing perspective? Is it less violent?
More sassy? Is there more? What? I'm just saying, are they more verbal?
Wow.
I would say player management, or if you want to call it that, is definitely a lot easier with the women's game. I think it's an ego thing, a bravado thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to stereotype, but they kind of just get on with it more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grit
their teeth and bear it almost?
Yeah, like get on with the call, move on, get back 10 and get ready for the next thing. Where, especially the D3 level, I repped a D2 Forge game earlier in the fall regular season. Not as much back chat there as the D3 level. So I think and most of the better teams do that.
But it is
get on with it. I mean, they don't back chat.
What I've learned
They accept the call and move on and take the next play.
Usually in your head, as referees, you kind of keep track of, it might be a 50-50 call. And say you gave it to one team. That next 50-50 call, as long as the team doesn't run their mouth, they're probably going to get the next 50-50 call.
Yeah.
So it's better to just keep your damn mouth shut.
I have full disclosure. Yeah, if it's a 50-50 call and someone's in my ear, they're not getting that call.
Yeah.
And that's not a ref secret. That's nothing. I didn't just divulge. So I'm not going to get kicked out of the society now. But it's stuff like that matters. We're human. We're not robots. So there's personal feelings. There's personal stuff like that factor into it. And if I'm refereeing a South Pitt game and there's a contested rock and Gator, you're over here
chirping
in my ear, I'm probably gonna give the call the other way. And that's just how it is because.
Yeah.
If it's a coin flip, you're gonna have to pick one way anyway.
Sure.
So someone's
and with rugby, it is such a gentleman's sport. And in soccer, for example, if someone is bombarding the referee, the worst case scenario is you're going to pick up a yellow card.
Take a drink, Derek. Keep going.
Yeah, drink, good. If you punch someone in the face, like Gator does, take a drink there, it's probably a red card. But in rugby, if you do something, it's just, okay, it's a penalty. Yeah. But then you start chatting, all right, go back 10 feet. Or 10 metres.
10 metres, yeah.
Go back again. I've had a game, and it was twice in a row. So that team lost 20 metres just because one idiot couldn't keep his mouth shut.
The power of the back 10. Seriously, it does a lot of good for a referee because it's a way for you not to get involved with the chatter because sometimes you can get caught up in it and want to give it back. But if you just take a breath and sit there and blow your whistle and start walking the 10 meters, they'll get the idea pretty quickly.
Have you ever,
or the other 14 guys will get on them pretty quickly.
Have you ever had a moment of weakness and actually verbally given it back to them?
Yeah, I definitely can say I have. I'm not perfect by any means. In my younger days of refereeing, maybe a little more, I've learned to take that breath, take that extra second to think.
But you've never changed the decision, have you?
I've never changed the
decision. You
can't
show weakness. That's my opinion.
I always joke about that with the teams when I joke about that to the other 14 guys that aren't chatting with me. You might want to get your boy in line here. I've never changed a call in the middle of a match because someone yelled at me. Yeah. That's the last time you want to change a call.
Jesus.
If you
Jesus, how much high life have you had?
I've had too much. I'm spilling my teapot. Literally. Patrick, we were speaking about how kind of current week by week standard that you play. It's basically you're the main man. You make the next step up, and you have 2 assistant referees.
Sure.
If you were to take the third step up, like you discussed, there is someone kind of sitting watching a TV in the stands.
Yeah, then that would mostly be at
the Rugby World Cup
international level.
Yeah.
Even at MLR here in the United States, Major League Rugby, I'm not sure they have a TMO. They might.
Okay.
Television match official, using the acronym.
Not a big deal.
So I think they might.
Okay. And what does that person up there tell? Like, what's the difference? Would they be getting in your ear and saying the kick was good, the penalty was good, or what are they adding?
Yeah, at those levels, they're all mic'd up. All 3 refs on the field, mic'd up with the guy in the booth up top. I think most of those decisions, and if you watch international games or Premiership games on NBC Sports, they wisened up and didn't just pick up the soccer. Now they got the Premiership rugby too. So they're moving in the right direction.
They certainly are. Yeah.
It's a lot of try, no try decisions.
Yeah.
Like, was the ball grounded? Did they go into touch before the ball was grounded? Stuff like that. The big decisions, the 5-pointers, and a lot of foul play stuff too.
Okay.
Like
someone
behind
hitting
the ball
someone.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, or a lot of the high tackle decisions, like was it just a penalty, yellow card, red card? That whole progression they have now. So the team was used for a lot of stuff like that.
So what's the difference between like a yellow card and a red card? Because I maybe have seen 1 red card.
Very rare.
Yeah.
Should I answer this, or do you want to?
So I think
so I know.
if you're talking dangerous tackle specifically, it's a lot of.
Or are you talking consequences?
No,
because obviously,
no, I know what.
Okay, I thought you were saying
you mean like the 10 minutes off for the rest of the
I've never got a red card. How much worse do I have to act to get that than get a yellow card?
So for like dangerous play, high tackle stuff, like the law book kind of spells out a lot of it. But the difference between yellow and red would be like the severity of the action. Now they have I think they call it high tackle, dangerous tackle protocol or progression, whatever. I forget the exact name but a lot of it's like, do they land on their arm first? Do they land on their shoulder first? Their head or neck first? It's just kind of the severity of the dangerous play. So, tip tackle, they land on their head, they land on their neck.
Do you remember the
red card?
Only time I've ever been yellow card for a high tackle? Do you remember it?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, you should. It was a South Pitt memory. So we were playing the Warhounds, right? West Virginia, whatever, quote-unquote, an Olympic training ground or whatever the hell they labeled themselves out.
West Virginia
Never beat us. We were playing at Founders Field. Guy was going for a try, tried diving and stopping him. And whoever the referee was thought it was high.
Sure.
And so, I think that might have tied it up, or we might have just had a narrow lead. And the Warhounds are all juiced up, and
They
they're
were literally juiced up
on steroids.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
And,
allegedly, just legally.
Yeah. So
you have to say allegedly.
In sevens, the scoring team kicks instead of in 15s, where the scoring team receives, and they kick it. And Zach Snyder got the ball and ran it back.
He's always good for that, right?
It was just a big suck it to him. Because that was such a bullshit call.
Right? Yeah.
6 on 7, one man just took it over.
Only time I ever got a yellow card from a high tackle.
Yes, most of it's just severity. So if it's a high tackle and past the parallel and they just land on their butt first, or they break the fall with their arm or whatever, something like that, it can still be judged to be dangerous in the amount of a yellow card, but it won't be a red card.
Yeah.
So and there's certain stuff that's spelled out right in the laws, like you can't throw punches, obviously.
How do you compensate for a player's height? So, say someone's 6'6", and they're trying to tackle someone maybe 5'6". Statistically, they're not going to be able to hit them in the hips, right? So how's that?
I mean, the responsibility is always on the tackling player. Like, he can't help that he's 6'6", and he can't help that the ball carrier is 5'6". So it's always the responsibility of the tackler to make a safe tackle. I
feel like I get a little bit of leeway because I see a lot of people.
There's definitely
tackling,
some leeway.
A player like Josh Falcon, he's getting tackled a lot here.
Yeah,
around the neck.
And he's a low runner, high center of gravity, bowling ball type player. Yeah, I definitely don't like to reward the players who just put their head down with no regard and go and do a tackle that way. Just the same way you don't want to the same way you want to penalize the high tackler, but and that just goes into part of why our job's so tough. There's
it's a lot of
tackle,
gray.
a lot of gray area, and a million things at each tackle and each breakdown to kind of look at. But you kind of want to give them the benefit of the doubt if they're 6'6" on a 5'6" guy. But it's still responsibility of that tackler. That's the same thing as what's great about rugby. You can have both those players in the same match, and the laws apply to both of them just the same.
Perfect. And now, Patrick, you love rugby, right?
Love it. Yeah,
love it. And you give up so much of your free time for reffing.
True.
Now, is that like, when you think about it, would you be thinking I could, on a Saturday go out, earn some money perhaps?
Sure.
But instead you decide to referee games?
Yeah, I mean, it's
financially, is it I'm not too sure I'm going here, but financially, how does it kind of work?
No, sure, yeah. And I mean, this is public info out there. Our Ref Society releases our match fees and stuff out to the teams.
So you're saying
I'm not. Yeah,
you get paid.
Yeah, we definitely get paid.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think maybe like I'd volunteered to a South Pitt game or something in the past, and that's if you want to give back to your club. And we definitely encourage that.
Sure.
To have referees help their former clubs, stuff like that. But if I'm going and reffing, we'll say Allegheny women's match.
Yeah.
That's $100.
Nice.
On a Saturday, go drive up to Meadville. Yeah. Beautiful Meadville. Bring back those college memories.
Some Hams Light.
Stop it. So get a keg of Beast on the way home. Whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Go to the local Hold Darn sub. Or
next time you get a sign up,
not Hold Darn thing.
Yeah. If you get a sign up there, I'll go. But you fuck it.
Yeah, it'd be fun. No,
Top of the league on the road.
Yeah.
Wow. On the road. I like it.
Dude, that could be one of our live action pods.
Yeah. We could live stream it.
We'd be like, I pissed here.
We won't do that. There. That wouldn't be great for the audio
Mossy
listeners.
ran around naked here.
Exactly.
Unless you're volunteering for your home club, you get compensated every
break
match.
it down for us, Pat. There's high school rugby. Yeah. There's college rugby. Mm-hmm. There's men's, and then obviously D3, D2, D1.
There's women's too.
Of course, yeah.
Pig.
I should have said club. Is what I meant there. So you go your high school, your college, and your club. Mm-hmm. Different paid levels.
Yeah, there's two different levels there. The high school rugby is run by Rugby PA. They're kind of a separate organization. That's not an ARU thing. That's not an East Penn thing. That they have SROs. They call them state rugby organizations, and that's everywhere in the U.S. So Rugby PA has their own thing. That's $80 a match. The matches are a little shorter, 35-minute halves instead of 40s. So
probably most people don't know what the hell's going on. So
most of the times you show up and even the middle of the road ref is the most knowledgeable guy there. None of us played in high school. Yeah. You probably were around it because rugby in Ireland, but none of us played in high school here. You always loved when you went to Allegheny and you had a kid that played in high school because you kind of thought you had
he
leg
knows
up.
what he's doing.
He's done this before the dodgeball match. I'm like, whatever. So those are 80 because they're a little shorter matches, but everything above high school, college, senior men, senior women's, below the D1 level, those are all 100. Those are in the same bracket.
What's that D1 making?
So D1, there's kind of like we were talking about with Midwest, the D1 matches kind of have a different pool of referees also. And I've never done one of those. I'm not sure exactly the fee structure there. I reffed D1 scrimmage earlier this year in Columbus. It was actually the Harlequins there in Columbus. And I think I thought I was going to get 100, but the Columbus guys gave me 150, so I wasn't going to give it back. They said you came all the way here from Pittsburgh, so it's definitely probably a little more for those matches, or you get compensated for your mileage more or something. Because just like you talked about, those teams are a little more spread out.
Gotcha.
So those games, usually senior level games, all around here. We don't have a D1 team in the Midwest in Pittsburgh at the moment. Harlequins play Mid Atlantic. Those matches are 100. In sevens, it's kind of its own thing. It's usually 150 for a whole day.
Okay.
If you do a lot of matches, it might be 175, 200. But so you're definitely getting compensated for your work, for your time.
You've reffed at all levels. What, from a D3 to D2 to D1, what is the biggest difference between the teams? Is it like the athletes are just that freakish? Or is it that they are, they don't have any weak links at higher levels? Mm-hmm. Is it, their dedication to drive 7 hours? What's the biggest differences between the levels?
I think it's a combination